Welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. In front of the camera today is the Yema Wristmaster Slim CMM.20 limited edition. This is a brand new release from a French micro brand, and they're a brand that's doing some interesting things right now. They've invested heavily in their in-house movements, and so this watch carries an in-house micro-rotor movement that has an industrial, almost degraded appearance that matches the bracelet, the case, and even this brass dial. So the PVD coating, the irregular, worn look of the hand finishing here, it's certainly unique in the market, and it's a stylistic choice that some watch collectors will gravitate to, while other watch collectors this just won't appeal to them. Now, the movement is called the CMM.20, and CMM stands for Calibre Manufacture Morteau, and that's in reference to the town in France where this movement is made. And it's a thin caliber. It allows for the overall model to be thinner than the prior generation Wristmaster release, and it's composed of 190 components. It has 33 jewels, a glucidor balance, a tungsten micro rotor, Inca block shock protection, and then, of course, the custom finish is hand applied. Now, the movement beats at 4 Hertz, and it boasts a respectable 70 hours of power reserve. And the best part, it is regulated in multiple positions, so it's accurate to a window of -3 to +7 seconds per day. And that's the same 10-second per 24-hour deviation window as the COSC has, but their window is -4 to +6 seconds per day. The nature of an offset micro-rotor movement, where the rotor is cut into the movement plates, it allows for a thinner overall automatic caliber. And I've seen some cheaper Chinese offerings on the market, but I am unaware of any affordable entry-level or mid-level luxury priced micro-rotor caliber. So this watch certainly is unique in the watch market. And that's one of the driving factors of this $2,449 retail price. Now, if you're not into this PVD coated, hand brushed, almost burnished finish, Yema also released 3 non-coated stainless steel versions with a traditional dial, a texturized dial. So if you like the Superman Slim, you're attracted to this in-house micro rotor, but you're not necessarily a fan of this limited edition, there is obviously 3 different versions that you could check out. Now, a couple things that I think are important to mention. This movement is more in-house than other brands that claim, or at least some other brands that claim in-house production. So this watch, it's not designed in Switzerland and then mostly made in Southeast Asia. It's not anything of the sort. This movement is designed in Switzerland, and then the movement components are machined and produced in a mixture of France and Switzerland, but very close geographically speaking. All the assembly takes place in France, and all within a range of 72 kilometers, like I've placed here on the screen with this map. So this is not a Chinese-made caliber that's assembled in Switzerland. This is regional design, production, and assembly. And this is the reason why Yema calls this a Calibre Manufacture Morteau, Morteau being the place in France where Yema's facilities are. Now, a couple other things that I think you should know. This watch has a butterfly style clasp with a micro extension system on both sides of the bracelet. And it works by simply pulling it out or pushing it back into position when the extra length is no longer required. It's a friction system, and it operates similar to Christopher Ward's new quick extension system that they've placed on their 12 model. It's also very similar to the system that was on my Vacheron Constantin Overseas, and that was the first watch that I saw with this style of extension on a butterfly style deployant bracelet, and I think it's pretty ingenious. So I like to see this engineering here on this Wristmaster Slim. Now, the Wristmaster Slim wears very well. My wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference. The case is 39 millimeters in diameter, but it sits a little wide just due to the integrated nature of the bracelet and the lug system. But the best part about the fit is the 9 millimeter total case height. And that's the part that makes the most positive difference. And that's really all thanks to the inclusion of the CMM20 micro-rotor movement. Now, a couple other interesting things about the watch. The dial is made of brass. It's hand brushed in a mix of random directions with various abrasive formulas, and then it's coated black. So no two of this 200-piece limited edition will look the same, and that's just due to the fact that this is not machine made. It's decorated, or you could even say it is deconstructed by one person. And the same can be said with the bracelets, the cases, and the movement plates. Now, the watch has 100 meters of water resistance. It has grade A superluminova for the lume. And note the Manufacture Français that's found on the bottom portion of the dial. This does take away some of the minute indexing, which I think can be a little annoying at times, but it's a proud thing for Yema to place on the dial. They're a French micro brand, and they want to celebrate being a made in France brand. Now, what about negative aspects to this piece? I think some of you may be asking, where is the track record for this new Calibre? How can I trust this? How can I invest roughly $2,500 of my watch budget? And I think those are valid questions. Yema supplies these with a 5-year movement warranty, and that is more than most micro brands do. I think that's important to take note of. For me, the biggest negative aspect came down to the sapphire crystal. It made it difficult to read the dial at times because of the lack of good ARC or anti-reflective coatings. That's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. I love good ARC. I always feel that it makes such a difference in this, paired with the kind of scratched or brushed dial. It was just difficult to read at times. And you may not jive with this slightly reflective, almost burnished, brushed finish. It really reminds me of a carbon case watch, just with the dark color and the way the light irregularly reflects off of the various components. It certainly is a look that is not for everyone, so keep in mind the watch is also offered in 3 non-coated, traditionally finished versions done in stainless steel. Now, I've linked this example as well as those 3 others below. The ordering window is open at the moment and shipping starts on December 10th, which is just a couple days from now. Let me know if you have any specific questions and I will do my best to answer those questions. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you would like to see more detail-focused watch presentations, everything from interesting micro brands like this to affordable, value-packed watches, to luxury products, to some high horology pieces, please subscribe. I post all kinds of horological content, and your support is greatly appreciated. Thanks.